All right, so here we have Bitcoin on Bybit on the 1 hour or on the 4 hour. All right, so right now let's check the momentum oscillators because we got a lower high. We did touch the 24,250 mark, but we do have a lower high. Question is, are we making a higher low? Now if we go to the 8 hour, actually, we're being held up by the 21. So right now we are making a slightly higher low. If we reverse from here, we have hour and 40 minutes left. Your major moving averages are all above each other besides for the 200, but that thing takes a long time. It takes a long time to catch up. So your 8 hour RSI, we are below the signal line in the neutral median zone. We did get rejected from the signal line, resumption down. We need to get back above 23,440 in order to cross that signal line to the upside. MACD, fresh cross to the downside, printing a dark red bar on the histogram. We are below the moving average on the BBWP, which measures volatility. Your MACD and your RSI are momentum oscillators, which tell you the momentum, whether it's bullish or bearish, depending on which zone it's in and which direction it's going, and what side of the signal line it's on. Obviously, the lower part is bearish, upper part is bullish. Same thing with this. This is the zero line right here. Green bars are bullish, red bars are bearish. So just a little just a little outlook on what those indicators are. Let's go down to the 4 hour though. Basically, we need to stay above the 21, basically 500. We need to stay above this last low right here. I have an alert set right here, obviously, so you can kind of tell what I'd be doing. Right now, your RSI is below that signal line, below the neutral median line, and looks like we could test the neutral median line and head down. Now, we need to get back above this 21 quickly. We need to get back above this last high at 23,600 pretty fast. We don't want to make a lower high or a lower low here and come down to the 50 at 22,300. It's not gonna like be a death sentence, but it's not gonna look very good either. But we'll find out. We'll find out pretty soon. I think within the next day or two, we're gonna find out which direction we're heading. Negative momentum starting to pick up again. As you see, your MACD line is increasing its downside curvature. Signal line following pretty sharply. We could consolidate here for a while on the top of this, because remember, we still are just testing the top of the range. You know what I mean? So it's not a death sentence. We are below the 21. We need to reclaim it. I would like to see that happen pretty quickly. If we can reclaim it and beat this last high at 23,600, next level I'd be looking at would be the 25,000 mark. And then if we can break 25,000, I think we're going to 26,500. I do not think we go higher than that. I think this is where we would top out, and I do think that we will see lower lows overall. As you see, I mean, you see my red zones. You can kind of tell what I'm doing here. This red zone really doesn't matter to me because I do not think we're going up that far. Now, the bullish case is that we break this last high at 24K. But if we can get back above 23,600, I do think we would break that. That would also imply that we get above this signal line on the RSI and the signal line on the MACD, even come up close to it as we cross the signal line on the RSI. If we can get close to this signal line on the MACD, start printing some dark green bars on the histogram as the RSI is crossing the signal line, I do think the MACD would also cross the signal line. Your BBWP could come down lower, so that's what I'm saying. We can consolidate on the top of this range for a minute, and then maybe, either pop up or pop down, one of the two. If we cross the 50, 22,300, I do think we're coming down to the 21,400 region, possibly stop right before 21,600, 21,500. Somewhere in that region. Now, we could get a wick down there and it's not going to matter, but we do not want to get a 4-hour closure below 21,500. That would not look good. I think we'd come back down to the bottom of the range, probably get a bounce at the 2,800 level, but that's what I'm looking at. Let's go down to the 1 hour. So your short-term momentum is bearish. You are in the bearish control zone below that signal line. Let's see here. Do you have any divergences? So you have slight bullish divergence. So that could lead us back up to these moving averages. You don't want all these moving averages to cross bearish and fan out, because that's not going to look very good. But I mean, they're diverging and converging for each other right now. Your MACD just crossed the zero line. Your signal line's crossing the zero line, but your negative momentum is waning a bit. I mean, to be honest, it's looking like the downside is picking up. Your BBWP is, your volatility is pretty high on the short-term time frame. You are below the above the moving average and riding that red line. Sorry, my words are a little jumbled today. I've been working in this damn heat all day long, but we'll get through it and figure out what the market's going to do. So your 21 and your 50, if they cross the 100 to the downside, start to fan out, I think we come back down, you know, to the 22,200 level, somewhere in between that and the 22,000 mark. So that's what I'd be looking at. We talked about the bearish case and the bullish case. We need to get back above this last high, 23,600. All right, if we can do that, 25K is the next stop. We break this 21,500, 19K is the next stop. Bounces along the way, of course, you know, resistance along the way, of course. You know, I have an alert set here and an alert set here. Actually, I took that alert off because it already got hit, but I am going to put it back on. All right, let's move on to Ethereum. By the way, if you guys are liking this video, like and subscribe to the channel. Support the channel in the bear market. You know, it's pretty hard to grow a channel in the bear market, but plan on doing this every single day. You know, leading you guys through it and making the best of the bear market. This is the time when millionaires are made, not in the bull market. It's the bear markets. You know, if you got cash on the side and you're ready, you know, and you can make good trades. I mean, shorting the market is pretty profitable. It happens pretty quick if you catch the right moves. So your RSI on Ethereum is in the bearish control zone below the signal line. Let's see here. No divergences to be aware of. MACD just crossed the zero line, but your negative momentum is waning a bit. BBWP, so your vol is high as of now. Once again, you don't want all these moving averages to cross bearish, but I mean, you kind of been going sideways here, so you can't really trust these moving average signals too much. As long as we stay above this purple line right here at 1500, we're in good shape. But if we break 1500, I think we come down to the 200, 1430. If we break 1400, you know, next stop is 1250, and then probably even lower, probably back down to 1000. That would also imply that you stay in the bearish control zone. Your MACD continues to the downside, starts printing some dark red bars on that histogram as your BBWP rides that red zone, probably getting a dark red signal. Bullish case is that we break the 1650 mark. If we can do that, next stop 1750. After that, 1900. So those are my levels that I'm looking at for Ethereum. Let's move on to Solana. So Solana, our darling of analysis. We have been on the pulse of Solana for very long now. We have broken 200. It's looking like, unless Bitcoin turns around real quick, it's looking like we could come back down to 3850. Now, if we can get back above the 50 EMA at 4260, 4250 actually, I do think we come back up to the top of this red box at 4415. Probably get a wick up to here, but we'll find out whether we can get a higher high. If we can get a higher high, I think we break out and go to $50. That would also imply that we get above that signal line, above the top of the bearish control zone, and get out of the bearish control zone. Get your MACD curling back over, cross that signal line to the upside, start printing some dark green bars on that histogram as your BBWP prints a dark red signal. So watch your indicators. Watch your momentum oscillators. Watch your BBWP if you do use them. And watch the moving averages. We need to get back above the 50. We need this 21 to curl back around. First, we have to reclaim the 200, obviously. But yeah, if we can get back above all major moving averages, I think we would have a quick stop, 44, 15 area. But honestly, I think we'd break out and go to $50. So if we do break to the downside, and what I'm going to look at here is the 8-hour. I'm going to find out what our last low was. Okay, so it looks like we are trying to make a lower low. Let's go to the daily. I mean, because we could have some more downside right now, but basically we need to hold the 21, which is basically right where we're at. We need to hold that red zone. If we can hold the red zone, we're in good shape. So we need to hold 38.50. We break 38.50, we're in trouble. Break 38.50. It just depends. It depends on what Bitcoin's doing. Because if Bitcoin breaks the 21,500 level, I think Solana goes all the way down to $20 quickly. So that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Once again, like and subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description below. A couple good exchanges there. Crypto.com, you get free crypto, I get free crypto. So it's a win-win. Also the Discord. We have a lot of good conversations about crypto trading and investing. A lot of times we talk about it, the moves there, before I even get a video out. So we stay ahead of the curve. So join the Discord. Yeah, everyone have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, and I will see you tomorrow.